Covering news where you live, this is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news where you live. I'm Joe Ellison. Today is the last day to participate in early voting in Arkansas ahead of Super Tuesday. You can check your local county polling sites for what times they're open. Some primary ballot choices will look the same for voters across the state, like voting for presidential candidates. But depending on where you live, you'll have local issues to vote on in your county as well. Here's an idea of what you'll see on the ballots in Arkansas and Oklahoma. State Supreme Court races, Chief of Justice positions. Voters in parts of Sebastian County, Benton, Washington, Madison, and Crawford counties will decide which Republican candidate that will advance to the general election for the 3rd Congressional District seat. There are also races for state district courts and House of Representatives in both states. Now, when you arrive at the polling site, a worker will ask for your legal name, address, and date of birth. You'll need to show an ID like a driver's license, a passport, or even a concealed handgun carry license. If you want more details on what types of identifications are accepted or want more information on the issues you'll be voting for, we've got your answers at 5newsonline.com. Meanwhile, there are several items people are hoping to get on the ballot this November in Arkansas. Among them, questions about education. On Friday, Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin approved the 4AR Kids proposed constitutional amendment after several rejections because of wording and confusion. The ballot item will be called Arkansas Educational Rights Amendment of 2024. They want changes to Article 14 of the Constitution. Now, the group hopes to require identical academic standards for accreditation for any school receiving state funds. And in other news, a pretrial held today for the man accused of being an accomplice in the murder of Pea Ridge police officer Kevin Apple. 19-year-old Elijah Andizolo was in the car with Shauna Cash when she hit Officer Apple with her car and killed him back in June 2021. Jurors found Cash guilty of killing Apple just a couple of weeks ago. According to an affidavit, Cash told investigators that when police approached the car, Andizolo told her to go. She also said Andizolo was telling her where to drive and where to turn as she left the scene. Andizolo is set to appear in court today. He's also facing a first-degree escape charge. All right, we'll get to more news in just a minute, but first let's get a check of that weather with meteorologist Zach Scott. Hey, Zach.
Hey, Joe, going to be another warm one, going to be another breezy one here across 5 country. We've got temperatures widespread in the 70s and approaching 80 degrees in some spots. We'll call it a mostly to partly cloudy day. Gust across northwest Arkansas, 20 to 30 miles per hour. Gust River Valley up to 20 to 25 miles per hour with that 10% chance of a stray shower. Can't be ruled out today. We've got isolated shower and thunderstorm chances through the first half of the week. More widespread rain coming in with a stronger, more organized system as we go Thursday into Friday. That could help give us more widespread rainfall. When it's all said and done, again, this little bit more active pattern here, we could see a good 1 to 3 inches across 5 country and surrounding areas, which is good, Joe. We kind of dried out through the month of February, so we need a good soaking here to get us back on track for our yearly rainfall average. We'll stay on top of it the next several days.
All right, thanks for that, Zach. Well, RDOT is aiming to step up safety on some of our state's busiest roadways through a new project. Reporter Michaela Johnson shows us the changes you can expect to see when you're out driving.
Over the next 2 months, Arkansas drivers will see RDOT on roads and interstates like this, making changes to those lane markings, all to increase safety.
We're starting our contrast pavement marking.
David Weston with RDOT says they're placing contrast pavement markings on every divided concrete roadway across the state.
We have 380 centerline concrete miles of highways in our system.
What that means is on those 380 miles, drivers will soon see a 10-foot black paint stripe along the 10-foot white skip lines. You can see the process here in this video posted to RDOT's X account. Weston says these contrast markings are a safety enhancement.
Low-cost solution to help safety as far as reduce accidents.
The main key being strengthening visibility.
Concrete, sometimes the white skip lines have a tendency to have a lack of visibility due to sunlight glare during the day. This will help enhance those lane markings.
According to Weston, the first installation will cost around $150,000 and should last 3 to 4 years before RDOT has to reapply the contrast markings. If you're driving on one of these concrete highways, be prepared to see a form of lane closures.
Typically use a rolling lane closure with safety measures that follow the paint vehicles and our employees.
While this initiative is in the early stages, Weston asks drivers to be mindful as they complete it.
Help protect our workers and their equipment, and it's a safety enhancement for them to help them utilize our roadway.
Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news where you live. Make sure to catch up with us again tomorrow right here for more.